Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. In this video, we are looking at the NBA slate for Thursday. We have a two-gamer today. A couple of good games to watch, especially that Brooklyn-Philly game. Ben Simmons is not playing, but he's going to be sitting on the bench, so it will be fun to see what type of reaction he gets from the Philly fans. So only a two-gamer, not going to be too much to talk about for this video. We have some news that we're waiting on from like Denver and Golden State, but we kind of have most of the news already for these teams, so let's go ahead and get into it. As always, if you enjoy the videos, appreciate it. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. You can follow me on all the socials. Links are in the description. Twitter. Check out the Discord, the website, Prize Picks code. Yesterday didn't go great, especially on DraftKings. FanDuel had a shot but missed out at the end. But go ahead and talk about today's slate. We have a lot of superstars to pay up for. Starting with James Harden at point guard, he's $10,400. He's playing a ton of minutes right now for the Sixers, 36 to 38 to 39. This game should be one that's going to be very good for fantasy, especially with Harden and Embiid on this side, and you have Kyrie coming off of one of his best games in his life, and Durant on the other side. I do like Kevin Durant a little bit more than Harden, just because I want to get up to Embiid, but definitely don't mind James Harden. He's going to be wanting to put up a big game against his former team. Kyrie went absolutely nuts for 70 fantasy points. I mean, he couldn't have shot the ball better. 15 of 19, made 9 threes, 12 attempts. Did miss 2 free throws, but other than that, I mean, spectacular performance from Kyrie. He probably looks a little bit better than Curry, the way that Curry's been playing recently. But I don't think I want to prioritize either one of those guys. Maxey is 74. He's like the only guy that's in the 7 to 8K range at point guard. He's fine for tournaments. I don't think he's going to be popular. It's a bit tough for me to get to him. I'm looking at a stars and scrubs approach. One value pick that looks appealing is Monty Morris, who's been playing great. Over the last couple of games, the minutes have been there. He shot the ball really well, but he's also getting a lot of run right now just because Jeff Green missed last game. It was yesterday, and they also were without Will Barton. So we'll see if either one of those guys are able to return today. If they're not, then Morris definitely looks playable at 47. Then you have a lot of guys in the 3K range that look appealing. Dragic at 36. Patty Mills looks decent, but I like Dragic more. And then right at 3K flat, you have Shake Milton, who will probably get over 20 minutes without Danny Green. But I'm going to go ahead and put in a value pick in Dragic, who's played about like 22 to 28 minutes. Even with Kyrie last game, he played 28 minutes against Charlotte. He's a guy that's going to be getting decent usage off the bench, handling the ball, getting you some assist, scoring the ball a decent amount, gets a good amount of usage, just because he's out there without one of without one of Kyrie or Durant, so just more ball handling for him when he's out there on the floor for those 20 to 28 minutes, and 36 against Philly looks like a pretty good value. At shooting guard, Harden looks great, but I do want to pay up for the centers. I do want to pay up for Durant, so another spot that I can go with a value pick here. The Warriors are banged up. No, we're still waiting on some of the news out of Denver with Barton and Jeff Green. But with the Warriors, we know that Peyton is out. We know that they're missing Otto Porter, I believe, has already been ruled out. So we're getting a good value here in like Moody, who's been starting the last couple of games, and he's been playing well, 30 and 36 minutes starting in place of Gary Payton, and he's only $3,500. You don't need much out of him to hit value. If he continues to get 30-plus minutes, he should not have a problem hitting value with the... He's a good shooter, and he can contribute with some rebounding. Maybe it get you like a steal or two. Small forward, plug in Kevin Durant here. He's 10-3, coming off of a down game. This seems like a spot where Durant wants to get up and play well against Embiid and Harden. Those guys will definitely look to go back and forth. He's playing monster minutes, 40 minutes, even though the last game was just the Kyrie Irving show, so Durant took a backseat in that one. Don't expect Kyrie to drop 50 again on like 19 shots, so Durant should be much more involved offensively. This one definitely take him over like close to 30 points or something like that. You have Klay Thompson is kind of expensive at 66. He's been just kind of a shooter and a scorer. Hasn't really done much in terms of assisting or rebounding at a crazy clip. He's gotten you a couple of blocks recently, but I don't really like him a lot on DraftKings. He looks better on FanDuel. You want to go with the value pick here. You have Davon Reed if he starts again, depending on the Barton news and the Jeff Green news. He can get you some decent minutes, like over 20 to 25-ish. But you're probably looking at Danny Green is out, so there's going to be some more minutes in the Sixers. Korkmaz has kind of been out of the rotation a bit. Last game he didn't play in place of Isaiah Joe. He's been ice cold shooting. Maybe get some more minutes without Danny Green, but 29% 3-point shooter for a guy that is supposed to be, that's like the only skill that he brings is shooting the three, and he's shooting under 30%. So there's no reason to give him a lot of minutes unless he starts hitting some shots. So I guess I would look to Thibault, and I'd look to Austin Rivers, especially if no Barton and no Jeff Green. Just going to get over 30 minutes in that situation. Power forward, Tobias is 63, looks okay. Wiggins is 7K, a bit tough for me to prioritize Wiggins. Looking at a value pick here, I think Niang is going to benefit without Danny Green. He's already been getting decent minutes. He's kind of like jumped over Korkmaz and some of those guys. Been almost like their sixth guy off the bench. He has been shooting the three ball really well. He gets you some rebounds. On the season, he's been shooting over 40% from distance, so he's been clutch for the Sixers at times. He does give you some upside, especially with this price tag at only 33. So another pretty good value pick that'll allow you to pay up for some superstars. And looking at the stars at center, look to prioritize both. Jokic's price tag has come way down on DraftKings. He went from 12.6 last 3 games to now he's down all the way to just 11.2. So it is a back-to-back. But if Jokic is making a case for MVP as well, him and Embiid, both dominant. They've kind of separated themselves, I believe, from the field. And even though it's their third game in 4 nights, as long as Jokic is not listed out, he should be looking at big minutes like usual. It is a game that he has always dominated the Warriors as well, like averaging 69 in 3 games this year. Wouldn't expect anything else. And he left some points out on the table as well, just missing 11 free throws in that game when he's been an 80% free throw shooter. So definitely love Jokic at that price tag. And then I'm going to Embiid as well. Like Embiid's going to have a dominant game. He's been awesome recently. The minutes have also been there after there was concern earlier. Not concern, but early in the season he was like getting like 30, 32 minutes. He hasn't really played this many minutes forever, and he's been pretty healthy this year. So it's been good for Embiid. He should have a big game against Andre Drummond, who's going to be the guy to slow him down without Aldridge at home. It's going to be a game to watch. So that's it for DraftKings. Those are the 6 guys I like. Definitely stars and scrubs approach for me today. Durant, Jokic, Embiid are my favorite 3 to build around. You got a bunch of value with Golden State. You're going to have some value with Denver once we get that news, and you have some value with Brooklyn with some of the backup point guards. So that's it for DraftKings. Let's go over to FanDuel. All right, on FanDuel, bit different on point guard. Steph is only 91, so he looks okay. Point guard, you don't really have any superstar besides Kyrie and Steph. You have no Harden at the position, so it might be one that you want to pay down a bit here to like Monty Morris is 54. He looks okay. I still don't mind getting to Dragic at 42, just because overall I don't think I'm going to use both of my point guard spots on Kyrie or Curry, just because I want to play Durant, I want to play Harden, I want to play one of Embiid or Jokic. So I don't mind right now getting to Dragic. It does give you some upside. At shooting guard, Harden's at a great price tag. I like him more than Kyrie. I don't mind Maxey, but it's still kind of in that awkward price range where I want to get up to the real superstars, and I do want to get to some of the value so I can get to those guys. So I don't mind getting to Klay Thompson here at 57, much different of a price tag, and his minutes have kind of gone up. You can play Moody as well at 43 if you wanted to go to a more of a value pick here. I guess I'll put in Moody, just making sure we have enough to pay up for 3 superstars. And then you have Patty Mills all the way at the bottom at 37, but I do like Dragic. Patty Mills has kind of cooled off after his great start. Small forward, get James Harden here, and then I'll be able to put in Kevin Durant at power forward. Like these superstars are really cheap on FanDuel, so looking to get to those guys. Fill out the value here. You do have some good value with Niang at 37. You have Thibault at 39. I like Niang over Thibault. You have Reed if he's starting again at 36, so do have plenty of value to make it work. Power forward, Durant's the play. Not really looking at Tobias, even though he is nicely priced. He's just taking a big of a back. He's like the 4th option now, even behind Tyrese Maxey in terms of scoring. I like Looney a bit at 47. I like that you can play him at power forward. So he definitely makes some sense as a value pick. Niang looks good as a value. That's basically it. And then at center, Jokic, Embiid, $600 separating them. They've both been dominant this year, but I will lean to Jokic just how much he's dominated Golden State. And they could be without Barton, which is just more usage for Jokic, more scoring. And he has really taken a lot more scoring load over the last couple of games with Barton missing. So basically just Embiid or Jokic for me. I don't really want to go to anybody else just because I'm sacrificing probably 70 fantasy points at least. Both of these guys will probably get you close, if not more than 70, but be surprising if at least one doesn't go for over like 70. So that's it for the video. Stars and scrubs approach for this 2-gamer. Hopefully it goes well. Hopefully you guys enjoy the games. Best of luck tonight, and I'll see you all next time.